Just watch the quality of people in this community, the people who are leading the charge with Aurum Infinity. I'm taking you straight to a live Zoom call, and you're going to hear from Mr. Shane Morand himself. Shane Morand is the voice of Aurum Foundation, and now you can check it out right here. Let's go there. All right. Bear with me. I know you're busy. This is going to help your family. This is going to help your whole entire family. Let me see if I can find the right one. Waiting for host to let you in the webinar. I hope they do that. Let's do it. Grab a pen and paper, open your conscious awareness mind, and learn from the experts. That's what I say. So here it is.
Projects that come along every 15, you're going to want to quit. And if you felt like, hey, I need to quit, it's probably because you're in zone 4, and so all the money again is where? In zone 1. So I'm going to explain what exactly is zone 1. We're going to break it down, make it easy, make it simple. So
everyone there, I'm pulling up the right one with pictures.
And the question as we go through again, does this make sense? And will this produce a result, not only for you, but as you grow your network, as you start growing your network, as you start exposing, following up, helping people get started? Can they do this? Can they do zone 1? Can you teach zone 1? So there's really only 3 components. There's only 3 components. You see, is this too complicated? It's not 57 things you got to remember.
There's only very easy. If I can do it, you can do it. Enjoy the presentation.
Expose. Number 2, you want to write this down. Follow up
and help people get started. These are the 3. Expose, follow up, and help people get started. Expose, follow up, help people get started. That's where the money is. You want to make a lot of money? You're looking for the money? Do these 3 things. And I'm going to now break down what the heck does all this mean, right? Expose, one of the things, the concepts that we want to really share with you is expose to a day. Expose is another word for introduce, right? If you're introducing someone, exposing, exposure. There is not one in 100,000. There's not one in 500,000 that's ever heard of Aurum, right? And so by exposing someone that you can say, hey, have you heard of Aurum? And they say no. Well, there you go. Now you can expose them if they haven't heard of Aurum. And very, very, very few people. Again, it's only 2 weeks since the official launch. Very, very few people around the world have heard of it. So someone is going to expose those people. It might as well be you. But in terms of a simple, easy system, that it's easy to do, it's easy to learn, it's easy for people to duplicate, it's something that everybody can do, no matter what their background is, no matter what their age is, no matter what their experience is, they can do it. And so the concept is this: expose 2 a day, expose 2 people a day. And I'm going to show you how expose, what do you do? What do you mean by expose? And we're going to be developing tools, and we're going to developing systems that make it easy, simple to even expose more and more. But why 2 a day? Why 2 a day? Because 2 a day is something everybody can do. Now, I know who's on this call. I can almost see you, right? Some of you are saying, no, I'm going to expose 10 a day. I can expose 15 a day. I can expose 20 a day, which is fine. But just don't tell anybody you're doing that. Why? It's not duplicatable, right? We don't want to leave anybody behind. It's not duplicatable. You might be able to expose 10 a day, and that's great. But if you start telling people expose 10 a day, they might do it for a day or 2, but they're going to burn out, and they cannot sustain over a consistent period of time. But if we're training and teaching and just as part of the system, expose 2 a day, I can do that. Anybody can do that. Someone has 2 jobs. They're just trying to keep the bills paid, and they've got 2 jobs. They can expose 2 a day in addition to all their jobs and all their commitments. 2 a day is something that can be duplicated by a large group of people over a consistent period of time. Now, how do we expose? We can use, for example, videos. You can use videos that are already done. You can take your favorite videos to introduce them. You have live Zooms that are all over the place in multiple languages, and there's more and more coming. So you can introduce someone and expose someone by inviting them to a live Zoom, and let the professional or let the person that's more experienced expose them and talk to them instead of you trying to sell someone or convince someone. All the replays that are available, that's an exposure. or the presentations that you can download in the materials in your back office. That's an exposure. Or the PDFs, and you send someone a PDF. That's an exposure, or a three-way call. All right. Now pay close attention to what I'm about to say, because part of Zone 1, we're going to be introducing in the next little while something that I'm really, really fired up about, and you will be too. It's called Aurum Flow. All right, Aurum Flow. Again, this is, I wish I could say this was my invention. It's not. Brian Benson and his incredible team have been working on this long before they even knew who Shane Morand was, right? Long before I was involved. They were working, they have been working on this for a long time, and they're about to introduce Aurum Flow in the next little while in a beta. But what it's going to do, it's going to take the exposure, the follow-up, and the help getting started. They're going to automate it for you. So an AI is going to come in there. It's just a beautiful, beautiful thing. And it's going to connect your Telegram, your WhatsApp exposures, and your Instagram exposures in a way that is absolutely going to blow your mind. And in the near future, as we start the beta, right here every week on the Zone 1 call, we're going to be teaching and we're going to be sharing how to use, how to set it up, how to work the Aurum Flow to make you grow bigger, better, faster, stronger. And Brian likes, I guess, when I said this one time, I said, hey, we're going to grow faster than a rabbit farm on a hormone diet, right? If you get the visual, your team is going to grow so much faster as we start putting these easy, simple systems in. And when you look at what we're doing, you've got to be saying, and you've got to be knowing, even your prospects in the future, when you start teaching them the Zone 1 concept, they're going to say, I could do that. I could do that. It's not like, oh, it's so complicated that how, and you're doing all the technology stuff and you go way over their heads and they back away. But when you got your prospects and your new partners and you're teaching them what to do, and they're saying to themselves, I can do that, the chances are they're going to move forward. That's how we build a multi-billion-dollar giant in this industry. I'm excited. I don't know about you, but I'm really, really fired up here. The second thing is I want to talk about this. Okay, we talked about exposure. I could talk about this for hours, about the different ways to expose, but I want you to get a sense of where we're going here. The second component is follow-up, right? It's a big one. And I know if you can hear my voice right now and you're on this presentation, you know, and I know that you're not following up properly. We all know that, right? And the question is, and I know that your team, and you're saying the same thing, my team is exposing, but they're not following up. And how come they're not following up? Why is that? What is the phenomenon? Well, what if we solve that equation? The reason why people are not following up, and I don't think there's a single person on this call that is a partner that has been exposing or introducing people is saying, I follow up with every single person. I don't believe it, right? And one of the reasons why it's such a difficult thing to even, it's a friction point. It's a friction. And what we want to do is make it frictionless to follow up. And in my opinion, the reason this is happening is because they've never been taught how to follow up properly. Everybody says follow up. The money is in the follow up. The money, the money. But how do I follow up? You know, do I call and say, hey, what do you think? Is that a really good way to follow up? I don't think so. They're going to say, I think you're crazy and don't call me again, right? But we want to show an easy, simple way, and you can make notes, and this is going to continue. What I'm teaching and what I'm sharing with you, we're not changing next week. We're not going to change in 3 weeks. It's going to be the same system and consistent until the entire organization unified together is singing out of the same book. Everyone's saying Zone 1, baby. Everybody's in zone, and people are going like this. I'm in Zone 1, right? I'm in Zone 1. It doesn't mean we're number one. This means we're in Zone 1. And that's why, because that's where all the money is. And so we want to get the entire, no matter what language, no matter what country you're in, we want everybody in Zone 1. And watch how fast your network grows. Watch how fast Aurum grows. It's going to shock and not only people in Aurum, but it's going to shock the world in terms of where did that come from, right? Where did they come from? They're growing so fast. Must be lucky. Must be an accident. We're going, no, baby, we're in Zone 1. That's where all the money is. All right. Hope that makes sense. But there's some components that I want to talk about. And the last thing, especially for the new people, and even if you're experienced, you know, the last thing we want you to do personally, unless you're a professional, we don't want you to pitch. You know, not because it's not duplicatable. We don't want you to pitch and and kind of try to sell someone about how good Aurum is. Why? Because the person that you're trying to sell, they're looking at you and thinking, man, they may think you're smart. They may even think you're a genius, but in their mind, they're going, I could never do that. I could never be that smart, right? So we want to make the introduction as easy and simple and frictionless as possible, either through pointing them to information, through getting them onto a Zoom or a replay or a video or a PDF. Like I said, there's multiple ways to do it. But so, for example, let's say we had a video that explains Aurum in a real easy, simple way, right? Or we have something that we're promoting. The first question when you follow up, and I want to make the follow up so easy and simple that you can't wait to follow up. Now you're saying, I can't wait. So all the people I expose, I can't wait to use this system to follow up because it's fun, because it's easy, because it's simple. And that's what I want to show you. So the first thing is, for example, if you send someone to a Zoom, a live Zoom, and you call them back and you say, first of all, did you get on the Zoom? If they say no, the conversation has to be over. Okay, I'll call you back. I'll let you know when the next one is, but don't go into, oh, you weren't on, so I'm going to teach you. Don't do that. Just end the call. It stops right there, because if they didn't take that baby step, you're going to have to drag them across the finish line. If they can't follow a simple instruction like join the live Zoom to hear about one of the most phenomenal opportunities on the planet right now, if they can't take that step, or if you show them a replay, there's some amazing replays about introduction to Aurum that are available all over the place. And if they can't take the time to watch the replay, there's no sense in just say, okay, look, I'm busy right now. I'm following up with people that are actually going somewhere, right? And so you want to make sure that before you start the follow-up process, that you want to make sure that they took a baby step. If they didn't take the baby step, end the call and say, look, I'll talk to you next time, or I'll send you another link for another Zoom, or I'll send you another link. And when you watch the video, when you watch the replay, then let's talk, right? Let's talk. So let's assume that they said, oh yeah, I was on that live Zoom, or I saw the replay, or I saw the video, or I read the PDF, right? And so if the answer is yes, that they took a baby step, right? That's all we're looking for. Can they take a baby step? And if the answer is yes, you're just going to ask this question. Please write this down. What did you like most about what you saw? What did you like most? It's just an open-ended question. Whether they said they liked the Visa card, or maybe they liked the exchange, or maybe they liked the bot, or maybe they liked the Zeus bot, or maybe they like the POS that are coming because they have all kinds of contacts, or whatever it is that they like, just listen to them. Listen to what they like the most, right? And it's a really good question, because they get to tell you what is interesting to them, not to you. You might like the Visa card, but they might like the XAI bot. They might like something else. I hope this makes sense. So the first question that you're going to ask them is, what do you like most? All right. Hope you have time to write that down. And once they tell you, let them talk. Let them talk about what they like most. Don't cut them off. Let them talk, all right, about what they like most. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to ask them a simple question. This is it. Write it down, please. You're just going to ask them, hey, can you see an opportunity? It's a yes or no. It's a yes or no. You're just saying, it's just an easy, simple question that everybody in any language can ask. Can you see an opportunity? You're not asking them to see the opportunity. You're not telling them to see an opportunity. You're asking them. They just said what they like the most, and you're saying, hey, you see an opportunity. Maybe they see an opportunity for themselves personally, just becoming a customer. And maybe they see an opportunity because they know so many people that are sick and tired of the traditional frictionless or friction banking. That's what we have right now all over the world, is friction banking. It's so difficult to do banking, and we're inviting them to frictionless banking. But can you see an opportunity? There's only two answers, yes or no. All right. If they say they can't see an opportunity, then thank you very much. But let's go on to the next person. There's no need for you to, get them in a headlock and try to convince them that there's a big opportunity. If they can't see it, especially if they've been exposed, just put them on your drip list and send them the next beautiful video. Send them the next interview that Brian Benson has with either Forbes magazine or Entrepreneur magazine, or the next big thing that's coming out, because there's a lot of big announcements that are coming out that are just mind-boggling, that are coming out, right? And so the last question that you want to ask them, if they say yes, I see an opportunity, just say, hey, would you like to get started? That's it. Would you like to? If they say they see an opportunity, you don't have to go on a big speech. You say, okay, they say yes. Would you like to get started? Easy and simple. Who could do this? Can the stay-at-home mom do this? You know, can the plumber? Can the person that never knew anything about crypto? Can they learn how to do this once they get their account
We're
set up?
recording this video,
to ask this follow-up question. Now it becomes fun. And then again, if you write this down and you do your follow-up and just read the questions, you know, just read them. You know, hey, have you had a chance to watch the video? It's yes or no. If they say no, thank you very much. I'll send you next or the live event, and we'll send you another link. But I gotta go. Right? Don't go into the sales pitch with them. It's not duplicatable. All right. And they say yes, I have watched the video. Hey, what you like best? Oh, I like this. I like that. Can you see an opportunity here? They say yes or no. If they say yes, the next question is easy. Would you like to get started? That fast. And now they're going to say yes, they want to get started, or no, they don't want to get started. You know, and so if they say yes, they want to get started, what do? You go to step number 3. And what is that in zone 1? It's get started, right? I'm going to lay out a real simple way to help people get started here that everybody can duplicate. But again, we want to make the getting started process frictionless, easy, and simple. So when someone says they want to get started, get them just register for free. There's no friction in free. They can register their account for free using your link. Just go register for free. Who could do this? Everybody. There's no exceptions. Well, I don't have the money right now. Don't worry. Get in for free. Just register for free. Just get step 1, right? Once they're in, once they register for free, you want to move. There's 4 steps here, by the way. In getting started, there's really 4 steps. Step number 1 is you get them to register for free. Step number 2, they need to get some USDC or USDT on the Tron network. So either one, USDT, USDC, they need to make sure there's a way for them to go through their own exchange or however you're going to work it out with them, but they need to convert US dollars or whatever their currency is to USDT or USDC, all right? And there's a minimum deposit of $100. Now, who could do this? A minimum deposit of $100. Everybody. And if they don't have $100, they can save up. How long will it take someone to save up $100, right? We don't want to exclude anybody. I heard recently I'm not going to mention any names. I'm not going to do that. You're probably on the call. So, but they only work with the big players, right? They only work. Great. That's wonderful. But what Aurum wants to do is we want to have 1 million customers. We don't want to leave anybody behind. We want to have 1 million, 2 million, 3 million, 4 million, 5 million customers. And if we're only working with the people that have $10,000 or $20,000 or $25,000 or $100,000, we're going to leave too many people behind. And what I love about Aurum, I wish I could say I thought of this myself. I wish I could say I built the compensation plan. I wish I could say that I did, but I didn't. And when I saw that Aurum is allowing people with 100 USDT or USDC to join the network and personally start to have an ROI, I said, this is beautiful because we don't have to leave anybody behind. And you never know, that person with 100 USDC, they get started and they enroll someone who enrolls someone who enrolls someone who introduces someone, and boom, someone comes in with $100,000 or $50,000 or $20,000 or $10,000 that we would have never reached if it wasn't for that little person, that little guy, the person just looking for a break that came in with $100. So thank you to Aurum, and thank you to the geniuses who came up with this plan to allow everybody to participate in the banking of the future. It's just a beautiful thing. And so the other part is that there's a platform fee of $19.99. I mean, you're getting a multi-billion. I mean, this is a massive platform that people can access and use for $19.99 a year. This is incredible, right? There's your business, $19.99 a year. All right. And then what we want them to do, and again, there's so many components of Aurum. There's so many things in the big business model. But what we want to do is really funnel them to a test and just get them in the system. Like when when I look at Aurum and everything that's already there and everything that's already coming, even the RWA with the building developments that are coming up, these projects are huge with the gold that's being introduced now, with the data centers, RWA, and much more to come, and with the POS, with everything that Aurum has. I look at it as a buffet. It's a massive buffet, right? There's everything. You got the desserts, you got the pizza, you got the steaks, you got the salads. Everything is there, and if it's not there, it's coming. They're building it, and it's going to get bigger and better and even stronger moving forward, right? But here's the thing: when we're introducing a brand new person and helping them get started, we want to make sure that we just get them into the buffet. We don't want to throw the buffet at them, right? Because it's too confusing for the average person. But why not do something like this? Why don't you test the XAI bot? Put in 100 minimum, but you can put whatever you want. You can't put more than 100,000 in. So they put what they are comfortable with. Some people are comfortable. Let's do a test of 100,000. Let's see how this. Let them experience the power of that XAI bot. Let them experience receiving Telegram messages. Boom, every day. You got an ROI. You got an ROI. This is a beautiful thing to get them to experience, okay, to move on to the step 3. And what is step 3? So again, they're going to test the XAI bot. This is the way we're just going to get them into the door, into the beautiful buffet that we call Aurum, the Aurum Foundation. And so the step 3 is we want to make sure that every person takes responsibility to do their own due diligence, do their own research before they start making additional deposits. All right. This is just something that you want to be responsible. Everybody, I did my due diligence. I told you it was 3 months of due diligence inside. And I came to my conclusion that this is one of those companies that they come along once every 15 years. That's the conclusion I came to. But just because I came to the conclusion, and if someone brand new started, I want them doing their own due diligence. And what I know is going to happen in step 3, if they do their own due diligence, the more they do, the more they're going to love what Aurum is all about. The more they do their due diligence on Brian Benson, the more in awe they're going to become. The more due diligence they do in all the components that Aurum has to offer, the more in awe that they're going to become. Again, I hope I'm not the only one excited about this, but step 3 is make sure you tell them to do their own due diligence. All right. And finally, step 4, we want to keep it easy and simple here. Step 4 is teach others the 4 steps, period, end of training, right? To get started, these are the 4 basic steps. You start on this track. Who can do this? What I'm talking about the whole time that we've been talking zone 1 here, who could do this? Anybody can do this, right? This is not exclusive to only the people that are experts in crypto or they're experts in networking or who have developed large networks. This is for everybody to be able to come in and to learn and to figure out how do we make money? Where is the money? And again, the money is in zone 1. Now, I also highly recommend, although we're talking about exposed to a day, one last thing is that when you launch your Aurum business, when you get started in your first 7 days, I call it a 7-day major blast. You want to be blasting. You want to be exposing 40 to 50 people in your first week. In your first week, 40 to 50, then you go on 2 a day. Why do we want to do this? Because we want to create a movement. Not all 40 to 50 people are going to be interested, but when you expose in a short period of time, let's call it 40 to 50 people who they're in your Rolodex. I mean, these are people who are in your phone already. They already know you, who you are. They know your first name. They know a little bit about you. They don't have to be best friends, but you want to, in the first 7 days, you want to make sure you're teaching your brand new partners to expose 40 to 50 in their first 7 days. And that gets them off the ground. It gets their business off the ground because you cannot expose 40 to 50 people in a week and not have a pile of people coming back and saying, look, I want to know more. And you start going through that process with them. All right. And so this is it. I want you to make sure you write this down. This is Aurum Zone 1. This is what we're talking about every single week. We're going to be adding the automation coming up that you're not going to believe. It's going to put your entire business and your entire movement onto a whole new level. And that's it. Expose, follow up, get started. And my question to you all is this: who could do this? Who could follow up? Who can expose using the tools? Who can follow up using a simple system, easy and simple? Who can help people get started using an easy and simple system? The answer is everybody. And there's the secret. There's where the money is. If you're exposing, follow up. Now, I want to tell you just a personal story of someone that I've been observing for 3 months, actually, for over 3 months. And that's an individual, probably one of the top income earners in the company in Aurum. Got to spend with a lot of time with him and his family down there. And, you know, success is not an accident. You know, success, that people don't just show up and become successful by accident. They're usually doing certain things. And the more I started looking, and I'm talking about an individual by the name of HP. Everybody's, if you haven't seen his presentations, he's doing 5 live Zoom presentations to introduce people every single week. 5 presentations a week. He's doing them live. 4 of them are for introduction, and the one of them every week is the helping people get started type of thing. But again, and he's doing, I think, 8 to 10 Zooms every single day. He's just Zooms, meaning with small groups and people that have questions and so on. He's just continually, and what is he doing? He's exposing. He's following up. He's helping people get started. He's exposing. He's following up. He's helping people get started. He's exposing. He's in the zone 1, and that's why he's one of the top income earners in all of Aurum. Watch what he's doing, and that's what he's doing: exposing, follow up, help people get started. And if you got into that rhythm, everything else you're doing, calling people and complaining, and hey, where's the cards? And what about this? Cleaning your desk, shuffling things around. There's no money in doing that stuff. Managing people, there's no money in doing that stuff. The money is in exposing new people, in following up with those people, helping new people get started, help them get started right. And with that, that's all I have for you tonight. I hope you've enjoyed this Aurum Zone 1 call. I look forward to seeing everyone next week, same time, same place. And thank you so much, everyone. Holy moly. Yeah, we're almost 1,000 people. Thank you so much, everyone, for wherever you are calling in all over the world. I hope you've taken notes. We're not changing. This is going to be the system that's going to help build an organization for you and all the new people coming in, bigger, better, faster than you can even comprehend right now. How do I know? Not because I'm guessing and I'm hoping and I'm praying, because this is how we did it. This is how I've already done this, as Brian has already witnessed a unicorn with Binance, with all of his experience. He was there when he was there. He contributed to that, and the same on the network side. I was there. There was only 2 of us when we began with no money, and we built $1 billion. And I believe that Aurum is again positioned perfectly to become again a multi-billion-dollar giant in this industry. Thank you so much, everyone. I appreciate you joining, and we'll see you next week right here on Aurum Zone 1. Bye for now.
Recording stopped.
You just heard from Mr. Shane Morand, the one and only Shane Morand, as I sit here and I expose this opportunity from Toronto, Canada. I am blessed to have the opportunity to network with such great people whom I learn from. My advice to you is exactly the same as Shane had. And my question to you is one of introduction, one of follow-up, and one of getting started, because I have been using this beautiful card and the whole ecosystem for the last 4 months, and it has helped change my life and the lives of thousands of other people. Get in touch today. Let's get you started. Thank you.